Okay guys, so welcome back to the channel. So in this particular video, I'm going to be explaining to you how to make use of functions and events in JavaScript. So to get started, I'm going to declare a variable. So I'm going to say something like let person one be Kenny, then add my semicolon. So after this, assuming I want to view the value of this on the browser, just like I've explained in the other videos, I would do something like this: document dot get element by its ID, then add a bracket. So after adding a bracket inside this opening and closing brackets, I'm going to add whatever ID that I want to manipulate in my HTML. So I could go here. So right here, I added an ID called sample ID. Mind you, this ID could be actually anywhere. You could assign any ID with any name you like to any tag, and you could just copy it and paste it into your JavaScript. But in this case, for this particular div, I give it this ID called sample ID. So I'll copy the ID with the quotations. So I'm going to hit Ctrl C. Then inside my JavaScript, I'll paste it in the brackets. Then basically what this means is go to my HTML documents, then get an element by its ID, which I've specified. Then next I'm going to say is dot inner text. Then the inner text should become person one, person one. Then I'll add my semicolon, and when I hit save, it's going to appear on the browser, obviously. So now that I've done this, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you exactly how to make use of functions. So what if we wanted to um, change this? We had like a button that we could click on, and the button would say something like change name. So if we click on this, if we click on the button, it will change this name from Kenny to something else. It could be James. So to do this, I'll have to go to my HTML, then create a button tag. So I would say button and just hit enter. Then inside here, I could say something like change name. Then I'll hit save. But the thing here is I just give this a text and it has appeared. But if I click on this, obviously it does nothing, and that's because we're not handling it using our JavaScript. So in order to be able to click on something and something else should happen, we need to we need to work with events and functions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to um I want to go over to change whatever name that I want to appear when I click on this. So let's say I wanted to change the name when I click on this from Kenny to James. So let's say we had a second defined variable here. Let's say person two. Person two should be James. So it should be James. And let me hit save. So obviously this does absolutely nothing. Does nothing. So in order for it to work, like I said earlier, we need to go over to our HTML, and we're going to assign an event, then come over to our JavaScript and use the event name to make a function. So I'll go over here. Then obviously this is the button tag that I want to click on. So I'll come over to the button tag, and I'm going to give this an event. So I'm going to type an event called on click. So that's this one. So let me just click on this and it has come out fully. So inside this quotation, I could type whatever name that I want to give this on click event. So I could give this change name btn. Then after giving it a name, I always need to add a bracket opening and closing. So let me just hit save on that. but remember it still does nothing because we haven't handled the onClick events in our JavaScript. So to handle this onClick event in our JavaScript, I need to copy the name of the onClick event as well as the brackets. So I would copy this, just the name of the brackets, then come over to my script, then directly under here I will type in function, then give a space, then paste the name of what I just copied, the name of the event, then add curly braces. So inside these curly braces, I could then manipulate whatever I want. So basically, I've just linked the onClick event. So I'm saying once I click on this button, whatever I type in here should happen. So I could just say, I could just copy this here, paste it inside here, and change this to person 2 instead of person 1. So I could hit save, and now once I come over to this area and I now click on change name, it now changes to James. So this is how to work with functions and events. So like I said earlier, functions is basically how to group a set of commands that you would like to work with at any time that you want to call it. So in this case, I want, once I click on this button that's based on the event's name that I gave it in this button tag, which is change name button. Once I click on this should execute in JavaScript as a function. So this is how you make use of functions. So basically it just lives on its own and it does nothing. Like normally when the browser loads, it does nothing, but it just waits for you to click on the button. And once you click on the button, the event will trigger the function. So, and once I click here, the name is going to change to James. So on a very basic way of explaining this, hope you were able to understand how to work with functions and events. So if you found this video to be useful, kindly leave a thumbs up. I would like you to drop your comments if you have any, and don't forget to subscribe and check out the next video.